Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. My name is the Gaming Paladin and welcome to my channel. Today I am playing Pokemon Fire Red to be exact, but it's a little different. It's a nuzlock of sorts, and it's a little different from normal nuzlock. I'll go over the rules. Rules of a standard nuzlock is you get your Pokemon, you can catch one Pokemon being the first one you encounter every route, but it only starts when you get your Pokeballs. If any of your Pokemon faints, they are counted as dead. You normally have one revive, which can be used to revive one Pokemon in your party that has been fainted. But for this video, we are going to do it a little different. I'm going to do it like this. Depending on what starter I choose, depends on what types I can use. And it's for the final evolution, I should mention. So let's say like Charizard, for good example, is a fire and flying. That means I can only catch and train fire and flying type Pokemon. The standard rules of Nuzlocke apply every other way. But just because, let's say, I have a Charizard and I catch a Pidgey, does not mean I can start training normal type Pokemon, or catching normal type Pokemon. The only exception to that rule is if it's necessary to continue the story. But even then, it cannot be used for combat. If any other Pokemon are fainted, and I have a Pokemon that is used as an HM slave, and only for the purpose of that because I cannot continue the storyline without it, that means I still lose even if that HM slave is alive. And with that, let's get started. So, I do apologize that I can't come out with videos as frequently as I would like. Timing is a little hard to come up with, especially since I live in a small house. But at the moment nobody's here, so it's perfectly fine to actually record with no difficulties. Hopefully. Hopefully on that. But we're gonna go through this. We'll hopefully beat the Elite Four. The goal is to get to the Elite Four and beat the Elite Four. If we succeed on that, we have beaten the Nuzlocke, but still only with the Pokemon of starter that we choose. The max typing being the one we choose for the final evolution. Let's go with boy, because I'm a boy. Let's see. I do apologize though for the Minecraft video I came out with, but it's because of the clicking inside of it. My microphone's on my keyboard, and it picks up everything, but not very well. So, yeah, I'm using control this time for this. But hopefully somebody will comment in my videos so I can actually see if I'm doing anything wrong or if anybody likes this. Okay, I standardly go with Gary, so I go with Gary. It's very geeky, cheesy, I know. I watch a lot of anime, a lot of Pokemon anime. And I just love the games to begin with. So, yeah, that's why I go with Gary constantly. But let's do this. Hopefully we get somewhere really decently. I don't remember if I randomized the potion to PC or not. Let's see. No, I did not. So, to make this actually work, I had to randomize the ROM and make it to where the National Dex is obtained upon getting the Pokedex. Anybody who's done any form of ROM hacking or randomizing will know instantly that the reason why is there's a bug inside of Fire Red and Leaf Green to where if you have a Pokemon that is not from the original 151 and then you try to evolve it, it will not evolve. I've actually had a point in time where I've tried to evolve a Golbat into Crobat before getting the National Dex. Did not work, obviously, because I did not have the National Dex. After getting the National Dex, it would not evolve. It would start and then instantly fail for some reason. So this is actually for simplicity, make it easier. I did have to check to make sure it actually randomized. I checked the first Pokemon over here, and it is a Pichu. Let me actually change this up a little bit to make the text fast. Once again, about standard, I standardly do this. I standardly set on the third one. A lot of things here is normal that I do. I normally go with Fire Red whenever I'm playing a third generation Pokemon game, because it is my favorite because it's my first one. I standardly go with a Charmander because I love Charizard. It's my favorite Pokemon, actually. As I said, Pichu. But I also randomize the held items for them. So that's another exciting part. Okay, Stantler, Pichu, Stantler, and Girafarig. Okay. None are ultimately fantastic. We have Psychic, Normal, and Electric. I'm gonna go with Girafarig. I'm not gonna be naming them, mind you, but this means we can actually catch Normal and Psychic type Pokemon, which is a great thing because there's a little bit of diversity. Tomato berry. I don't remember what that berry does. Hold on. Give me a moment. But this is not me saying that Stantler, Pichu, or Girafarig is not a good Pokemon. Okay, that berry is pretty much useless besides for selling for money. But what I'm saying is that any Pokemon can be trained to be good if you're on your own. For competition, that is a different story because it's high and competitive. And there's a lot of EVs, IVs, take consideration, Pokemon that are used for OP battles, for UU tier. There's a lot of things to go over. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know this already. But for those who don't, it is very competitive and very hard to actually do. And I hope to one day be able to actually enter a Pokemon competition. For the fun of it, mostly. That's one of my things I want to actually do, and I don't see being able to do that anytime soon. But I hope one day I will be able to. All I can say, frankly, is the Game Freak has done a lot of work for the Pokemon games they've come out with, and I am excited for Pokemon Sword and Shield that'll be coming out here soon. Hopefully. But yeah. But that's all I have right now. Well, we lost. That's not too surprising. Girafarig is not a fantastic Pokemon, in my opinion, but it's not horrible. The normal Psychic typing is a little weird, I have to admit, but it takes out a lot of weaknesses, but give a couple in return. But having a Psychic type Pokemon, hopefully in the beginning, will be helpful. But for this video, goal is get to Brock, beat Brock, hopefully. But Nuzlocks don't always work that way. So, wish me luck! I don't think I'm going to get too far. I've never actually, well, let me rephrase that. I've actually beaten one Nuzlocke that I actually did solo, because I wanted to for fun. Did not record, that was with Pokemon Gold. Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver is the first Johto game I actually got, and I really love playing it. If you guys want to see a video on that for Nuzlocke, comment down below. I'm all for it. All for it, yeah. And any other game you wish to actually have me play, I'm all for it, yeah. Go for it. Send a video to me. Not video, sorry. Comment. And I am 100% willing to. Just hopefully somebody comments to tell me if I'm doing anything wrong, mind you. I know it sounds like I'm nagging a little bit with that, but I can't get any better unless somebody actually tells me what I'm doing wrong, if I'm doing anything wrong. So, yeah. We're back to the game. hopefully get a new Pokemon, any new Pokemon soon. And this looks like it's going to be hard. Hopefully we don't run into a dark type Pokemon as being a trainer, like high-end dark Pokemon, like Absol. But yeah, first Pokemon game I ever was given was Fire Red. I got it as a Christmas present. I got it, played it. Ultimately, the first GBA I have to say had, because it had to be turned in for a new one. It had a warranty on it. It was a turn-in kind of deal. Entire thing was, evidently the Game Boy had a problem, and no matter what, changing the battery, anything, change the charger, the only thing that could be done to actually make it to I had one that would work correctly without being plugged up constantly was to get a new one. Luckily there was a warranty, so I was able to actually get a new one. But we had to turn it in because it kept dying like every 5-6 minutes. But yeah, systematically took every Pokemon, trained them a little bit up to about the evolutionary stage, and chose which one I liked the most, and that being Charmander. But because of that, it was a fantastic experience, but I made the newbie mistake of training only one Pokemon. I admit it. Charmander was it. Before I even got to Viridian Forest, I had a level 15 Charmander. I played Fire Red religiously, and I played for like 3 years straight with not completely 100% straight. Obviously, there was some breaks between plays sessions where I actually played other games like Final Fantasy VI, which, mind you, if you want to see me play a Final Fantasy game, just let me know. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, after beating Brock, I went to, God, I can't remember what the name, I can't remember all the names of the cities constantly, but ultimately went to the city where Misty is, because I only trained Charmander. At the time, Patty was Charmeleon. I kept getting my butt beaten by him, just losing constantly. So, what I did ultimately, because I got fed up of losing, I took a lot of time just to train. Thanks to the Versus sequel, I got a good amount of money. I was good off ultimately after I beat Misty. But a level 50 Charizard later, that should tell you how fed up I was. Still, I primarily only trained my Charizard at that point. I decided to experiment after, though, with a bunch of other Pokemon. Ultimately, I got a Pikachu. Eventually, after being Elite 4, around level 86 or so, I evolved into Raichu. I know, very high level, was going to train a Pikachu up to that point. Why would I evolve it? I want to evolve it. Ultimately, I did train a Legendary for that group. I can't remember the entire group to save my life. But my favorite type is Fire, as you probably can tell by Charizard being my favorite Pokemon. And that was because of that, I trained not only a Charizard for that group, but a Moltres. Moltres, I gotta admit I was stupid about this. I went at it, and I threw the only Master Ball I had at him. I admit it was a stupid move, but I did. Now, that does not mean that I need to change that, sorry. That does not mean that Moltres is my favorite Legendary. By far, he is not. My favorite Legendary is actually Celebi. My least favorite typing, I'd have to say poison. Poison, yeah, I'd have to say poison. That does not mean I don't have a favorite Pokemon of each typing. Knockout Legendary's favorite grass Pokemon is Bayleaf. Now I know Bayleaf is nowhere near as strong as what would be needed to go through an entire competitive playthrough, but it was good, it was nice. Okay, Spoink. Spoink does evolve into a Psychic type, so this is going off to a good start. Okay, let's pray that a Pokeball will catch him. And thus, since we gained the Pokeballs, the Nuzlock has begun. But yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon that I really enjoy. There's not a single one I dislike in general. I forgot to get a potion for him. But there are certain Pokemon I like more than others. I'm not going to go through every Pokemon I really enjoy the most, but here's a few notable ones that I'm going to actually mention. Standardly, when I'm playing Fire Red, like I stated, I choose Charmander because I love Charizard. My group, I standardly actually catch a Pidgey and let it evolve to Pidgeot and actually go through the game that way. So I have a dedicated Fire-type Pokemon and a dedicated Flying-type Pokemon. I know, stupid, frankly. Stupid because you can always have a set Fire-type Pokemon that's better than Charizard by far. Better Pokemon by far than Pidgeot as well, but I enjoy doing that. But because I enjoy doing that, I have had some really enjoyable playthroughs. Like I said, I played this religiously, so I know practically everything about the game, frankly. The base game, I should mention. But that does not mean I know everything exactly. Not perfect. God damn. Okay, the Spoink has Splash. Okay, we may be screwed. I may be screwed. Ultimately, though, there's a lot of things I've done, a lot of things I'm trying to do with this channel, so I really enjoy making videos for you guys to actually watch, possibly play along for things like this. And if you want to play along, by means, send me links to videos, you record them. Send me comments to actually let me know that you're doing it. Let me know how far you've gotten. Anything at all, just go ahead. You're more than welcome. But yeah, hopefully I can get my Spoink up high enough to be able to actually gain a damage dealing move. Wait a minute. Isn't there yeah, there's a potion nearby here, actually. Okay, and here comes from the guy saying that he knows practically everything about this game. I know, but I haven't actually played through it in a long time. The latest time I have, once again, chose a Charmander as my starter. But trying to actually use a couple of Pokemon I haven't really used in a long time or haven't used period, which with many times I've played through this, probably it's shocking. One of them being at this point in time being a Beedrill. I know Beedrill is not exactly a good Pokemon to ultimately use. He's one of the more weaker Pokemon. Like I said beforehand, there's no one Pokemon I dislike. Oh, excuse me. Don't know if it actually got the burp there, but as I was saying, there's no one Pokemon I ultimately dislike. Beedrill I ultimately do like, and I know Beedrill is nowhere near the strongest Pokemon. For Gen 3 here, Beedrill is a lot better for when it comes down to being a TM Pokemon. At least that's what I call it. Don't know exact name for it. But it's where I see it use a bunch of TMs to make them a lot more powerful when it comes down to it, because Beedrill's moves aren't very good. At least for this game, this gen. I am sorry if the audio is a bit loud. I've still been working a bunch of things out for recording. Timing still being one of them. Hopefully I can actually get a video out every Thursday. But no guarantees because of timing, how busy things are being sometimes. But ultimately, this weekend is going to be a 3-day weekend for my family. I'm homeschooled, so yeah, there's that. So get to do things more at my own pace. Which there is no, truthfully, it's not me talking down about anybody that is not homeschooled or anybody that is homeschooled. Just because you go to public school or not, it does not mean you can be more intelligent. That just means that they have different ways of doing things. And by far, you have to feel sorry for the teacher sometimes. So, yeah. So yeah, there's that. But ultimately, because I'm homeschooled, I get a bit more free time to be able to plan out, find new games that I would like to play, and ultimately experience new world within the screens that I have. And one thing I'll have to mention, I am running Linux, so please nothing Mac related for games if you suggest any games. Windows, I can get a lot of them to work. It's that I have not found anything to actually run Mac for a Linux system. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. But yeah, I'm running, to be exact, I'm running a variant of Linux being Ubuntu 16.04. I know there's newer versions, but I'm trying to wait until the end of 16.04's, I don't know exactly, what was it called? Okay, I'm sorry, but runtime. Once they stop there, I'm actually going to be going over to Linux itself for customizable reasons. It's not saying the Ubuntu can't be customized very well. It just means that there's a lot of things. It makes it easier with Linux sometimes. But yeah. But since it's going to be a 3-day weekend for me, that means, back on the topic here, that means more time for gaming. In particular, tabletop role-playing, to be exact. Pathfinder, I run Pathfinder. My sister has recently chosen to become a DM, and my dad has chosen to step back into the DM role. Here's the entire setup. My mom, dad, sister, and I, we all play Pathfinder. We used to play D&D, and we moved over to Pathfinder. But ultimately, my mom was a DM for the longest time, and in doing so, that's how I first came in to playing tabletop RPGs. My mom became too busy, and my dad was always too busy, so I took up the role, and ultimately to try to give me more time to prepare and to have less DM burnout, or GM burnout, whichever one you want to call it. My sister took up, but she is still a little new about it. She has a lot of potential, mind you, but I have to thank them a lot for that. because it does become very time-consuming, frankly, and tiring sometimes to try to actually play week after week constantly without missing a beat. And because of them doing this, it gives me a lot of time to be able to prepare, more time to be able to actually make YouTube videos, and frankly, more time for you guys to be able to actually watch. And if you guys actually want to hear any of the D&D stories or Pathfinder stories, let's do RPG stories here, then just comment below. I'll do so because I have a couple good ones. I have a couple good ones I think you'd be interested in. But, yeah. Favorite class is actually Druid, seconded by Paladin. Been experimenting a little bit with Spiritualist inside of Pathfinder in the game I'm running. But, ultimately, doing pretty good. There's a lot of things I'm still learning about Pathfinder. Sadly, for the Spiritualist, there's not a lot of content for items for them to be able to use specialized to be able to use. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. But yeah, because there's not too many items, there's not much I can actually get besides the standard stuff that any character would need, like stat boosting items, runestones of power. So I've turned to being a crafter with him, and primarily a necromancer, even though they kind of fit in that role a little too well a little bit. Our group is consisting of a party of 4 at the moment. Ven, which is my character, being the Spiritualist, was actually a half-elf Spiritualist. My favorite race is actually... My favorite race, frankly, is half-elf, but it's kind of hard to tell that he's half-elf because he has the round ears trait. So, a little bit more difficult. A elven, fey-blooded sorcerer. The entire background story behind the fey-blooded sorcerer aspect is because he's an elf from the primal realm, sorry. That is back on our plane to regain his power to be able to actually join the Seelie and Unseelie court. In doing so, he has to prove himself on our plane to be able to actually gain his power back so he can't be taken away ever again to join those courts. We have Sandy. Sandy's our wizard. Pyromancer. Well, evoker to be exact. Not just pyromancy. Anybody that knows about evokers are that they specialize in dealing the utmost damage. And that's frankly what my sister has done. And in doing so, she's also tried to fireball me before. Because of trying to fireball me, my phantoms almost tried to kill her a couple of times. To let you know, my phantom's actual emotion is the devotion emotion. I know, try to say that 3 times fast. But doing so, very protective over my character because of it. And we've actually come to an understanding. A little more information about my dad's character, which is the Primal World Elf Sorcerer. Yeah. He tends to fuck with the mind a lot. A lot of the enchantment spells he tends to go with. And God, this is taking a while to figure this out a while. But, back to topic. He does dabble in cursing a bit. But not as much as my character does. This is going to may shock a few of you, but my character is actually neutral good, and he's actually a necromancer. It's a weird thing there. His entire goal is to become the strongest necromancer. Not exactly for evil, not exactly for good. And he's doing really good at it. Now for my mom's character. My mom's character's playing a rogue. A weird one. It's a more of a third-party thing here that my mom and I have discussed. But she's playing a drow. But not any drow. She's playing a half-elf, half-drow rogue. So, in doing so, it's a lot of conflict for roleplay aesthetics. Not for the group exactly, except for my phantom, elf for the basis, and in doing so, there's a little bit of conflict there. Come over to a little bit more of an understanding though. But she's supposed to be my dad's character's guide for the entire campaign, getting paid actually for this. But back to my sister's character here. She has a familiar, but not exactly like any familiar that anybody would think of for concept. Crocodile familiar is not too strange until you get into the fact that it's actually her brother. Yeah. Her brother. But, yeah. That's all I'm going to mention about the group that I'm running at the moment. We haven't started my dad's campaign. But, hopefully we'll start it here soon. I'm going to speed... I would say I'd speed through this thinking about it, but it may not actually come up good on the recording, so I won't speed through. But, yeah. I'm actually learning to animate. That's one really good thing. Because my sister wants to have a opening for her YouTube channel that she has. Yes, she has a YouTube channel. She's doing it by far better than I am when it comes down to getting views, getting subscribers. I know it can be a stressful thing and it can be a very disappointing thing to actually try to record videos and actually see that somebody in your family is actually not getting, that they're getting a lot better views and they're doing a lot better than you are. But I don't hold it against her at all. Entire thing that got me to start trying to learn how to animate is because she wanted to have a channel opening, and ultimately she does not have the experience to do so. Nothing against her, mind you. I'm just the more technical one inside between us, while she's more of the written word type, you could say. But ultimately, okay, you could say artsy. But yeah, so I offered originally that if she ever wanted to try to make a YouTube channel, I would actually edit for her if she wanted to, brotherly thing, you know. So she wanted an opening, but the one she originally wanted to go with was one that would be copyright claimed and get her videos more copyright claimed than what they already are. Which I will leave a link to her YouTube channel down below. You know. But, yeah, ultimately, that's what I'm doing. So, there's a lot of time necessary for it, because if anybody knows anything about animating that's watching this knows that it takes a long time. It can be a very painstaking attempt, and even then you're not going to be very good at it for the longest time. Once again, I am running a Linux box, In doing so, it was a little difficult for me to actually find the proper animator that I actually wanted to be able to have. Sweet, Togepi, that could be helpful. But back to as I was saying, it took a while to find a proper one, a sound creator. Frankly, what I'm saying is, it took me a while to find a animator that actually would animate in a video format to make things a lot easier. Not that it's ultimately overly necessary, just it would be a godsend for one to be there, and I did eventually find one, luckily. But hopefully I can get the opening animated and set up for her, because I'm not going to try to despise her channel just because she's doing better than I am. If anything, I want to help her more because of it. Because she's doing so well. And because she's doing so well, I want to do everything in my power to help. Because just because I do not make it too far inside of the YouTube business does not mean she won't. Just because she makes it far doesn't mean I can't still try myself to actually become better and find new ways to actually help her out and make new content for you, because I really do enjoy doing this. I did not know how much I was going to enjoy doing this until I actually did it. Wait a minute, did I? I think I randomized the abilities. Okay, so I may randomize the abilities, so there's something there, a little bit there. Could be good, could be bad. I don't know, we'll have to see. But yeah, that's one thing that's been taking up a lot of my time besides the running the campaign. Which, if you become good enough, you don't actually have to ultimately prepare a lot. You can just get a concept idea for what you wanted to do, and you can take it from there, and yeah, you can go from there and be pretty good. But just because my sister is making the common newbie GM mistake does not mean I didn't. I've been actually running for going on like almost 4 years now, thinking about it, 4, almost 5. So I've been doing this a while, actually. Up until about like 6 months ago, I was pumping out every weekend almost, constantly running, back to back, every game session. Any time that we actually would have extra for playing, I would actually do so. And in doing so, me running as a DM, or GM if you prefer to actually have it called that. As I grew as a DM, I also grew as a player. Learning new ways to, yes, break the system, and new ways to be able to break the system against the party. And I enjoyed running as a DM as well. I am not suggesting that I can actually record videos of us running, mind you. We don't have enough equipment or the proper equipment for it. At least not to do it very well. Hopefully, if you guys wish, I will be able to do it in the future. But at the moment, I cannot afford the proper equipment. As you probably can tell by the audio that I am recording, that I have recorded in the past and now. But ultimately, yeah, I enjoy doing this to you. All of you, anybody that actually watched this, just if it makes anybody any amount happy and time to enjoy that about any video that I have actually produced, that is ultimately what I enjoy the most out of doing this. Just because you may be having a bad day does not mean watching one of my videos or anybody else's videos can't change that. At least even if it's just for a moment, to make it any amount better. But ultimately, I hope that the channel will grow, will get more subscribers, and if that's the case, then I will come out with more videos more frequently, if possible. But if not, I'm gonna keep at it and keep trying, because just because I fail does not mean ultimately that I should give up. And that's for anybody that's actually getting into the YouTube career. Just because you aren't getting the amount of views you would like, the amount of subscribers you would like, does not mean you don't need to try. Be yourself. Try to play games that you enjoy and what you think that people would enjoy as well. Don't try to copy anybody in particular. Take inspiration off of other YouTubers, other creators of games, videos, books, anything. Do so, because just because they're there does not mean you can't learn and grow from them. I know that I've actually learned a lot from watching Jacksepticeye's videos. I'm not going to mention too many YouTubers that I watch, because I have a metric shit ton. But ultimately, YouTubers like Pat from Outtrails, Unspeakable, Jacksepticeye, and a lot more. I've watched their videos and they've helped me grow as a person and as a YouTuber here. But please don't actually copyright claim the videos if possible. And if so, hope that things can be worked out. But I know this series may be a bit long if this becomes a series. And I will come out with more videos of, what's the name of it? Whatever the name of my last video that I come out with was. I don't remember to save my life. I can't remember to save my life. So there's that. But yeah. There's multiple experiences you can have, and just because it's a game or a video, a book, anything, does not mean you cannot learn and grow from it. But don't copy anybody, frankly, because all that means you're trying to be them, and if you're trying to be them, what's the point? You should have your own way of doing things. Your own kind of knack that you have for making videos. Your own style, you could say. But yeah. Thank you to anybody who watches my videos, anybody who subscribes. Every little bit helps. Truthfully, if possible, I would like to make this a career. I've been studying a lot on codes for how games work to hopefully one day, if possible, if possible, be able to actually do this as a career, or to actually, some point in time, make games or try to help somebody else out with making games or videos. So, yeah. But just because I'm doing it now does not mean I can't try to do it even more. I know I could try harder, and that's one thing that I could say anybody could do. Anybody could actually try harder than what they have done and what they will do. Damn! Spoink dead. One shot at him. Oh, damn. Well, there goes the Pokemon. But yeah. I don't know if this better appear got on video, but excuse me if so. Yeah, because my microphone and my keyboard, so that's the only one I have that I can actually use. It picks up everything, but horribly, as I think I already stated. And if so, sorry for repeating myself. But, yeah. I hope to come out with my own opening here soon, after I'm done with my sisters. Because if anybody has a brother or sister, younger brother or sister on that, at that, and if they love them in any single way, then you will know that anything you can do to help them, or anything they actually want that you can actually try to give to them, or get for them, it becomes top priority, if possible. And that is what's frankly has happened with me making an opening for my sister. Now, I hope to be able to get it to her before she comes up with a new video. And if so, that will be fantastic. And please, by God, please, watch her videos, subscribe, comment to her videos, like them if possible. Because ultimately, I want to help her with it as bad as it may seem. But I would prefer for my channel to go down and me to fail at this and struggle and still be trying than for her to do so. Because if she really wants to do this, I want to make sure that she can do it. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get to rock for this video because training does take a little bit. And on that note, I'm going to save here and end the video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And hopefully you actually go to my sister's channel. And thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything.